I'm Ted Herman, a Business Development Manager for International Operations for the Super Hornet F-18 E&F with Boeing. I'm a former Marine pilot, 25 years flying in combat and peace. I'd like to show today the Super Hornet, which is one of the finest aircraft in the world for a full multi-role capable aircraft. That has the latest systems and the latest capabilities for weapons, reconnaissance, or any other mission that we have. We'll show today in this demonstrator a lot of the capability and the facility that it gives the pilot and gives the force to apply any sort of weapons or fight that needs to be done, or reconnaissance to bring back information in the area. I am right now in navigational mode, flying along using my radar to navigate my normal navigation instrument. I have a map down below here that I can change the scale on to help me look at my, navigate to a target or navigate an area. I look up and I see that there are some enemy aircraft ahead of me there. So with a simple switch down on the stick, control stick, I can select weapons. I've selected the weapons and my radar automatically switches to air combat. So as I'm navigating in my mission and flying, I note that there are some enemy aircraft up there. My mission was to drop bombs today. So I see the enemy aircraft, I can immediately select an air-to-air weapon, come over to my radar, lock onto a target. There's an aircraft out there that I can't even see yet. He's just coming into vision. I fire my weapon on him. He goes by, I missed that one, so I'll try this other one. Roll and watch him hit that. Come back around, convert into a shorter range weapon. Back looking for those aircraft, I can check where they are as they go behind. I find that I have complete situational awareness, where my enemy is, where I am in the air. Find my targets. I can shoot another one there. I have wingmen that can take care of the rest of these aircraft. Then I can roll off and go back onto my original mission, which was to shoot or to drop the bombs on an airfield. Now I select another single switch. I'm now in the air-to-ground mode, which means I can drop air-to-ground weapons. I'm turning toward my target. I look down and I see my field. I take an offset a little bit to get some distance from it so that I have time to arm these weapons. Continue to climb back to altitude. My target will appear off to the left side. I can look at my map down here and see it away. I see that it's 7.3 miles in my heads-up display. A small arrow appears telling me I have 40 degrees of turn left to get to it. I'm now prepared to drop the weapon automatically. At this point, I'll go into my forward-looking infrared, verify that it's on the target. Coming to the time, automatically I've dropped the weapon. It tells me I have 25 seconds time to impact. I continue to watch on my forward-looking infrared, which is tracking below my aircraft on the target. And it tells me again, that reminds me of how much time before impact and exactly where I'm looking in relation to my airplane. Now I can turn and I can look. If I look down below, come across and look at the actual target, you will see an impact right where I aimed it. See the smoke up in that area. So I got that bomb off and I have mission success. I can take it and grab this picture that's in my FLIR, my forward-looking infrared, and save that picture and transmit it back to an airborne command and control system or back to my wingman so he can see what the bomb did if he has another set of weapons to come in and drop it. In the meantime, I can be using a helmet I have which has a designating device to move my FLIR or my radar for reconnaissance. And for instance, there's a road out along in front of us. If I were looking for traffic on the road for some reason or another, either enemy traffic or just monitoring traffic as a border, for instance, I could wash along with this helmet and quickly look at something, lock the FLIR onto it, rather than having to take the FLIR and drive it from the inside. So it's a very quick way to do a reconnaissance. If I needed fuel for the range, and the aircraft can go about 800 miles, which is about 1,300 kilometers, all the way to a target and that same 1,300 back without refueling. But if I needed fuel, another F-18 could refuel me with what we call a buddy store, a refueling store underneath the aircraft. I would just come up behind him and take gas from him, and that would give me another few hundred miles of range. Bad weather, I could land, I could get more time to wait for the weather to clear, or if I had an emergency where I needed to stay in the air a little bit longer to fix the aircraft or find the procedure to land, then I would have safety there. So the airplane has many, many missions. Air-to-air, air-to-air, aerial refueling, reconnaissance, all contained in this airplane and presented to the pilot through a system of computers that fuses that information and gives the pilot information, not data, that he has to constantly reevaluate. And it gives him options of things to do rather than lots of different procedures and buttons to push to make it happen. It's a very simple aircraft to fly. It takes about 10 hours to familiarize a pilot, a new pilot or an old pilot, in taking off, landing, and maneuvering the aircraft in the weather. And total time to train a fully combat-capable pilot is about 90 hours, which is very low when you look at the complexity of the systems